Hello and welcome to another tactical video. Today we continue to look at the Craftworld Eldar Codex and we take a deeper, introspective look at the Spirit Seer. Let's begin. Hello and welcome to another tactical corner. Today we look at the Spirit Seer in the Craftworld Eldar book. Now this is the continuation of our tactical series, so make sure you go into the description and check out the other links to the videos of 40k tactics. And as always, I divide this into two parts. One, the basic look at the Spirits here, and two, how to fit them into a Dark Eldar army if you are an Archon or as an ally in general. So, let's get started. The Spirit Seer has a dual existence, caught on the cusp of life and death. The power of life he delivers to the ghost warriors of the Craftworlds, not only by placing the Spirit Stones that animate them within their Wraithbone shells, but by using his psychic powers to enhance and invigorate them during battle. The gift of death he brings to those who threaten the Craftworld. The Eldar dead sleep lightly, their spirits adrift within the Infinity Circuit, and they can be roused to great wrath. With whispered words, the Spirit Seers commune with these spirits, the souls of the living and the dead linking through the veil. By bridging the gap between this world and the next, a Spirit Seer can focus the killing power of his charges, resolving the swirl of emotions through which they see the material plane into the bloody spectacle of war. A simple gesture from a Spirit Seer can see his enemies assailed by live, powerful constructs that are all but indestructible. Each immortal hero burning with a cold malevolence from beyond the grave. Spirit Seers. They're a basic HQ choice in the Craftworld Eldar book. So their stat line is of it's a bit better than a Warlock, not as good as a Farseer. So you get Weapon Skill, Ability Skill 5, you get Strength and Toughness 3 like most Eldar, 2 Wounds and Initiative 5, with 1 base attack and Leadership 9. So decent leadership, not really a lot of attack, so he's not designed to be in close combat. He has a Rune Armor, which is a 4+ invulnerable save. He has a Shuriken Pistol and a Witch Staff. Now the Witch Staff is pretty cool. It's a staff, so it does give him extra strength, but it also has Soul Blaze, and it's just the strength of the user, but it's melee. It's an Armor Bane and Flesh Bane, and it has Soul Blaze, which can be really cool. I've used it a couple of times. You know, you smack a unit and then Soul Blaze just starts slowly eating away at the unit. Now, for special rules, they do have Ancient Doom, so they hate Slanesh. He does have Battle Focus as well, so you can join units and Battle Focus around. He has Fleet. He's an independent character, so you can join units. He's a Psyker Mastery Level 2, so he has the Primaris, and if you focus, the Primaris and 2 other powers, or you can mix and match. And he has a special rule called Spirit Mark. Wraith Guard, Wraith Blades, Wraith Lords, Wraith Knights, and Hemlock Wraith Fighters can re-roll to hits of 1 against enemy units that are within 12 inches of this model. So gives them like a cool pseudo preferred enemy, like twin link thing, which is kind of cool because they can see the enemies better. And he is a Psyker. He can take Demonology, Santic, Runes of Battle, and Telepathy, so he's the kind of guy you're looking for like invisibility. But he can also take the Runes of Battle, which are the runes that are normally only for Warlocks, which is kind of cool, because each of those Psychic Powers has like a buff and a debuff. So if you have the Primaris and then you get 2 other rolls, you have 6 Psychic Powers with one model that's only level 2, which is pretty cool. You kind of choose the situations, like a toolbox style character, which is kind of neat. And since he's an independent character, he can join in units, even a Warlock Conclave if you wanted to, for example. And you can take items from Remnants and Glory, so he can take relics like the Shard of Inaris or things like that as well. So that's a pretty stock standard HQ. He's only 70 points, which is the cost of 2 Warlocks on foot. But his utility is well said inside of an army that has a lot of Wraith constructs as well. And it's important to note that within the formations, one of the formations is the Wraith Host, and he is required for a Wraith Host. But by taking, him and a couple of units of Wraith Guard and a Wraith Lord and a Wraith Knight, they all get twin linked with the guided Wraith Sight, which is pretty cool. They can re-roll failed to hit rolls against enemy units within 18 inches of the Spirit Seer, and then they all gain battle focus, which gives all of your Wraith units battle focus. Now that is pretty cool. A Wraith Knight with battle focus, or Wraith Guard with battle focus. Shoot and charge, or charge and shoot. I mean, shoot and scoot, or scoot and shoot. So all in all, is a very generic character. A lot of times you can take him for a Psychic Shriek caddy, telepathy, so you can just have a Psychic Shriek in your army, as that's the Primaris for telepathy, and then you're hoping for like invisibility or whatnot. You can go for Demology Santic to try get like Sacred Ground, stuff like that, to improve armor saves, invulnerable saves to take away from demons, things like that. But one of the biggest reasons I use Spirit Seers is because it's a cheap HQ that's utilitarian that you can put into a Dark Eldar or allied force. The reason I like using them with Dark Eldar is because you can put him in a unit that's inside of a Raider, that's an open-topped transport, so you can, be inside doing the maledictions, the focused witchfires, like Psychic Shriek. So, you can fly around in your tank and Psychic Shriek Riptides and Psychic Shriek Wraith Knights and Psychic Shriek, bigger models and units. Combine that with, any of the abilities of the Dark Eldar and even Harlequins that lower leadership. So you're looking at the Armor of Misery for -2, anything from the Coven book, which is -1 within 12 inches, and then the Mask of Sorrow, which is another -2 within 12 inches. And then you could even combine that with the Wraith Fighter, which is out of this book as well, and just kind of combine it. The Hemlock Wraith Fighter has the Mind Shock pod, which if I quickly go to its entry 155, we can kind of see that it has some additional special rules, which is kind of cool. Mind Shock pod. Enemy moles within 12, subtract 2 from the leadership, we're taking morale, pinning, and fear tests. So that helps really well when you're doing like cool little leadership shenanigans with the Dark Eldar and Eldar, which I find are really good against non-fearless armies, and it can be really fun. So make sure you try it out. Now I'm curious, when you're using a Spirit Seer, do you specifically use them to take with Wraith constructs? I've been using him because I like the staff. I think it's a good staff. I like the fact he's a 2-wounded cheap character, a utilitarian, and he gives a little bit of a psychic boost to an army if you don't want to spend the 100 points on a Farseer. Now it is important to note that the Spirit Seer can only ever be taken on foot. This means you can't give him a jet bike, and So that limits his ability within the game, so he's often overshadowed by the Autarch or by the Farseer. But I feel he still has a little niche within a specific style of army if you want to build something specifically around him. So let me know what you think. I'm really curious to know if you've used a Spirit Seer effectively, how you use him, what psychic powers you prefer with him, and let's start a discussion down below. Other than that, that's all I have to say on him. Make sure you check out the other tactical videos and the other videos on the channel. Love that you're tuning in, liking, subbing. Our goal is to hit 8,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Check out the Patreon page. Thank you to all the patrons. Other than that, this is Skari, your grateful host, signing out. Skari, out.